But before I go to the first question, we have 4 questions based on, it is a set. All the 4 questions deal with what? Phrase replacement. Phrase replacement, you have to be good at grammar, you have to be good at contextual awareness, and you should be good at standard phrases and standard expressions. Based on that, here the answer is the first option. You all got it? And make a note, it is about the fraction. It is about the fraction. Correct expression is 2/3, 4/5. The second word should be in the plural form. We'll go to the second question. One day in spring, underline the word spring, 4 men were riding on horseback by a country road. What is in bold here? Riding on horseback. Riding on horseback, there's no problem. Is there any problem? Riding on camel back, riding on donkey back, rare. Horse and camel, common. But nothing wrong. Now the question is it by a country road or along a country road based on the options, or on a country road? At the outset, do you think by a country road is right? No, mark it wrong. What is the first option here? Within a country road. That is not practically possible. Ridden, can you use the verb ridden here? Verb form is not correct. Please mark based on the key word, eliminate. Riding off horseback or riding on horseback? Mark it wrong. Riding on horseback along a country road. Seems right, hold that one. And what is the fifth one? No correction required. Already we have decided the given expression is not correct. Based on that, what is the answer? The fourth option, riding on horseback along a country road. Underline, along a country road. Now here, based on this, imagine someone is moving from this end to that end. Then what is the word you use? What is the preposition? Please write along. And again, imagine this is a road. Someone moves from this side to that side or that side to this side. Then what is the preposition? Write the word across the road. And on the road also can be used, but do you see that option here? No. Also underline the word spring. Tell me, what are you supposed to recollect when you see the word spring? Does anything come to your mind? Spring. There are 2 meanings. One meaning the regular spring, but that is not important. Spring as a season, why is it important? English people, when they saw certain things, they were awestruck. And something expressed the power and strength, they gave the masculine gender. Something expressed beauty and grace, they gave the feminine gender. What are the examples for feminine gender? Nature, earth, moon, spring, autumn. In many exams, they give a question like, the spring season has its own beauty. Right or wrong? Wrong. It is wrong. Because spring is considered feminine. Then what is the correct sentence? The spring season has her own beauty. Spring feminine, her own beauty. So that you have to recollect. And I also underline the word country. Tell me, you may think it's a silly question. What is the meaning of the word country? So what is a silly question? You all know the meaning, say yes or no, that's enough. We all know the meaning country. But the word country has 2 different meanings. So one meaning you all know, I don't want to talk about that. Write the second meaning. Country means, please write, a rural area. A rural area, we also say in our country, we use the expression countryside. I'm sure you all know this, countryside, a familiar expression. But English people, native speakers, they don't use countryside. They use the word country. Country has 2 different meanings. One is an independent country like India, one meaning, we all know that. And the second meaning, country, means a rural area. There is something called in English pun. Have you heard of this? Don't think spelling is wrong. F-U-N, pun, you all know. But what is the word here? P-U-N, pun. Pun means a joke or a puzzle based on homophones. Do you know the word homophones? Homo means what? Same. Phone means a sound. Words with same sound, different meaning, different spelling. We use the term homophones. English people, when they converse, they use a lot of puns. So one pun here based on this particular word. A person went to a greengrocer. Who is a greengrocer? A person who sells vegetables. Who is a grocer? a person who sells groceries or provisions. But greengrocer, a person who sells vegetables. So he asked a question, are these vegetables fresh? Then the shopkeeper said, the greengrocer said, yes, they are fresh. They have just come from the country. What he meant, they have come from the village side or rural side. So this man doesn't know. He asked the question, which country are they from? So we'll go to the next question. Question number 3, he was more intelligent than either of his 3 brothers. What is the clue for you? 3. Either, you can say either or either, both are correct. Neither, they deal with how many persons? 2 persons. Then based on that, given expression is not correct. What are the options over here? All of his brothers, but we are talking about 3 brothers. Not all, we don't know. That's a general statement. Mark it wrong. Either, again, we cannot use the word. No correction required, not correct. Any of his 3 brothers seems right, hold that one. Nor, can we use the word nor here? Mark it wrong. So what is the answer? Any of his 3 brothers, simple, easy to answer. But here, there are 2 ways of looking at the paper. One way, you look at the question, you look at the answer, happy, go to the next question. But in the real sense, it does not help. What is the reason? You're preparing for a competitive exam. Any competitive exam, you have to be a little smart. You have to be a smart learner. What is a smart learning? Who is a smart learner? He or she goes beyond one level. Question, answer, next question, that is a regular pattern. But smart learners, first they try to get the answer. After that, they look at the question and ask themselves, what else can we learn from this question? Could be words, could be grammar-related information. They also try to ask themselves, based on this question, what can I recollect and consolidate? And what is the key word over here? All of you please write the word either. Answer my question, only the word either, which part of speech is it? I'll give you the options, you're conditioned. Noun, adjective, pronoun, conjunction. I'm sure you all will say conjunction, many of you. But how many of you have said pronoun? Raise your hands. It is a pronoun, but that's an easy one to answer, in my opinion. Next question is actual question. If you answer, I'll be very happy. Which type of pronoun is it? Anyone? Please write, all of you. There's a reason why I'm asking you to write. I should not be saying that, but I'm compelled to say please write. Why do I say please write? It is important, useful in the long run. So distributive pronoun, there's an important rule you have to recollect. What is it? Distributive pronouns are 3 in number. What are they? Each, either, and neither. All the 3 are considered distributive pronouns. And what is the rule? Distributive pronouns always take a singular verb. Take what? A singular verb. In many exams they have given, either of the books are acceptable. Right or wrong? Are you guys listening? It is wrong, obviously. What is the rule here? All these take a singular verb. Then I made a statement. I said, either of the books are acceptable. Wrong. Either of the books is acceptable. Singular verb. In one exam, they gave a question like, neither of the lawyers have come. Right or wrong? Wrong. Neither of the lawyers has come. That rule you have to recollect. Here what happens, smart learning, question gives you an opportunity to learn something more, to consolidate your knowledge. From day one you follow that approach, eventually you will reach a stage where almost all the questions you can answer effortlessly because everything will be at your fingertips. You keep on recollecting and consolidating. Eventually what happens, entire information is at your fingertips, then you can answer. Shall we go to the last one based on, is it question number 3 or 4? 4. You should visit New York when you had been to America. What is the clue for you? Here the clue for you, underline the word when. And also it is like underline the helping verb should. Should has, first you have to recollect, should has 2 functions. One, it is used to advise or suggest to someone. Someone is smoking a lot. Your advice, you should stop smoking. Exam is fast approaching, someone is wasting time. Your advice, You should not waste your time. Suggestion is specific, advice is general. Someone comes to me and says, sir, which grammar book shall I buy? Then my suggestion, you should buy that book. That is a suggestion, specific. So that you have to recollect. You should visit New York when you had been to America. Here it refers to future or past. First you understand the context. You should visit America, so that refers to future or past? Future. Based on that, can you use past perfect tense? Wrong. You should have gone, this also refers to past. Go to America, hold the second option. Had gone, past, does not go with the context. Were going, past continuous, does not go with the context. So obviously, what is the answer? You should visit New York when you go to America. Then it is right. How many of you have got all the 4 correct? In my opinion, all the 4 questions are easy. You should get all the 4. Don't look at me like that. That is my opinion. Respect my opinion. That's it. Fine. We'll go to, before we go to the next question, let me ask a question. Do you want me to do value addition, or you want only the question answers? What do you want? Value addition? Underline the word New York. The word New York has a name, a tag. Please write the word. It has 2 names, in fact. This has been given in one exam. That's why I'm giving. Whatever I teach, relevant to the exam point of view. Big Apple. Big Apple is the other name of New York City. Big Apple is an idiomatic expression. What does it mean? New York City. And New York City is also known as city of skyscrapers. New York City, what is the other name? City of skyscrapers. Skyscrapers means very tall buildings. You come across buildings average height 50 stories, 60 stories. So city of skyscrapers, also Big Apple. Now we'll go to the next set of questions. What do they deal with? Pillars. And all these, I don't know how you guys look at the question, but again I would like to remind you guys there are 2 ways of explanation. One is grammar approach. I don't take grammar approach. Second is contextual approach. I always take contextual approach. You may ask, sir, why? What is the difference between the 2? If you take 99% candidates take the grammar approach, that is time taking, one thing. You may get the answer, you may not get the answer. You will get the answer provided you know the meanings of all the words given as options. You will not get the answer if you don't know the meanings of the words, as simple as that. But if you take the contextual approach, the moment you read the sentence, provided you have the contextual approach, before you go to the options, you know which word has to go into the filler or blank. Then you look for that word, that word you find, that is the answer. You don't bother to look at the other words. This is time saving. And also you can be damn sure about the word, no ambiguity. You don't have to worry about, is it a noun, is it an adjective, is it, no need to think at all. Now, but you need a clue for that. Here, a good leader, underline good leader, positive expression, must be an judge of ability, underline judge of ability. When you read this, obviously you have to tell yourself, this is a positive context. Then at least you can take elimination approach. Directly you may not get the right word. But when you look at the options, you should take elimination. Idiotic, positive or negative? Ignorant, negative. Now, there is a problem here. What is it? Astute, clever, SE9. You all know the word clever. A good leader must be and clever grammatically. Use your grammar knowledge? No. Either the first one or the 5th one. Imagine there's a situation where you have a question like this in the actual exam and you don't know the meanings of these 2 words. Imagine. Then you take the grammar approach. Can you answer this question? On the other hand, you take contextual awareness. And how do you get contextual awareness? I've been telling you guys, you have to read the newspapers. Only then you get exposed to a variety of contexts. Then you get the words, the comprehension skill, all these things. So when you see the word astute, obviously you know the meaning of that word because you must have seen already in a particular context. So please write the meaning of that. Astute means to be wise, one meaning. To be able to judge, to be able to judge something, to be able to judge something, good, bad, whatever. And write the meaning of the last word. Have you written the meaning of this? Last word is what? SE9. means stupid or foolish. Stupidity, stupid or foolish. So that is a negative word, but the context is positive. Again, I would like to tell you guys, this question is based on two things. One is contextual awareness. Second is to what extent you're good at vocabulary. Imagine a situation where you're not aware of these words, you don't know the meanings. Obviously, it becomes a tough question. You cannot answer. There's no way. But I don't want you guys to be in that situation. How to avoid this situation? There's a simple approach. What is that approach? You are prepared to spend 1 year on bank exams, yes or no? In my opinion, 1 year is more than enough, provided you go in the right direction. What is that right direction? You come here, you learn everything. You get more than what you can think of, any subject for that matter. But besides that, one thing you have to do religiously. What is it? You have to read the Hindu paper for 60 minutes every day. Then all these questions you'll be able to answer. Now what is the answer here? Please respond. First question, first option. A member of the cabin crew, underline cabin crew, the safety procedures. Again here, if you travel by flight, generally, before the flight takes off, someone comes and demonstrates something, how to wear seat belts and all that. So generally, the word, before you look at the options, you have to think of a particular word. What is that word? Demonstrate. As simple as that. So here, approve means to give the approval, to say yes for something. Doesn't go with the context. Prove doesn't go with the context. Objectified doesn't go with the context. And valid, it goes with a legal context, a valid point, validity of something, legality of something. It doesn't go with the context. So what is the answer here? In my opinion, you don't have to spend so much time. Just quick look at the 5 words, and before you go, you have to think of the word demonstrate. Then you see the word demonstrated, that is your answer. How many of you have got this one right? Raise your hands. This is the problem. I'm sorry to say this. In my opinion, this is a damn easy question. I would like to reiterate. Damn easy question. But not even 10 students. Why am I highlighting this? You may wonder. You're all intelligent. You're all diligent. You understand? Intelligent. Diligent means what? Hardworking. And you have the potential to become officers. But one thing is missing. What is it? Reading something. Reading the paper. If you do that, you will laugh at this question. You will say, what is this question? Is this a question? You will say substandard. See the change in the attitude. I hope you understand what I say. Why am I saying that repeatedly? Because you would change. Change is inevitable. Once Charles Darwin, have you heard of Charles Darwin? Father of evolutionary theory. He said, look at the wording, nothing is constant in this world except the constant change. Do you understand? Nothing is constant in this world except the constant change. We have to change for better. Other words are easy words. Shall I go to the next one? Sooner the better. After hearing the parties, the court asked the government to the process and directed that a new status report be filed. Now in this question, what is a clue word, you tell me first? One word is a clue. What is that word? Don't look at me like that. Tell me some word. So many words are there in the sentence. Is it after hearing the parties, is any clue here? Say yes or no. The court asked the government, any clue here? Yes or no, that's enough. 2, the process and directed that a new status report be filed. I underline all the words 1 unit. First one no, second one no, third one obviously you have to say yes. But what is the key word here in this group? Please put a star mark above the word process. 2, process. Now generally what happens, when you look at the word process, if you are really good at English, immediately 3 to 4 words pop up. What are those 4 words? First you write the word delay. A process is delayed. We say don't delay the process. Then you write the word, simple expression, a phrasal verb, speed up. Then you write the word, I'm using small letters, expedite. Expedite means the same thing, speed up. Then you write accelerate. Accelerate. If you are good at English, all the 4 words have to pop up based on the word process. Don't delay the process, speed up the process, expedite the process, and accelerate the process. Then with this awareness, have you copied all the words? You go to the options. What is the first one? You just have a look: precipitate, hinder, expedite. You don't go beyond. Your answer is expedite. To expedite the process. That you have to be damn sure, no ambiguity. Requested or asked the government to expedite the process means what? To speed up the process. And other words, if you have time, you look, otherwise you don't have to, in my opinion. But write the meanings of these words. First word is what? Precipitate. But precipitate goes with chemistry. It has a different connotation. Here, 2 different meanings. Write the second meaning. Precipitate means to make something happen quickly. Usually a bad situation. A bad situation, then someone does something, then it happens immediately without any delay. Then we use the term precipitate. And how is it used? Part of speech verb here. We say don't precipitate the situation. Already we are tensed up. Don't precipitate the situation means what? Don't make something bad happen immediately. Have you got the meaning? Have you got the meaning? Please respond. Which one? I will come. I'm going to touch each one. And what is the next one? Hinder. Hinder means first you write the word block. Simple word. Hinder something, block something. But there is another word you have to learn, important from the exam point of view. Write the word impede. Impede also means block. But you have to know the word forms. Impede is a verb form. What is the noun form? Impediment. Impediments, blocks, plural impediments. Impede, don't block, don't hinder. All synonyms. Does it go with this context? Expedite. Hold that one, because he has a question. Repress. Usually there are 2 words you have to recollect based on this particular word. First you write the word repress. Write the meaning. Repress means to control. Usually, bracket, you write the word feelings. Repress your feelings means what? Control your feelings. Then students ask, so what is the difference between repress and suppress? Then you write the word suppress. Same meaning, but suppress usage point of view, it goes with a force. Imagine some people are protesting, then you try to suppress them. Repress goes more with emotions. Suppress goes with emotions as well as some sort of protest. Some people are agitating, some people are protesting, then the government will try to suppress that movement. I'm sure you all know that. So 2 different meanings. We'll go to the next one. Seize. First you write the meaning of that. To end. Seize means what? To end. Bring something to a halt or stop something. Now your doubt is, why not end? After hearing the parties, the court asked the government to end the process. End the process and directed that a new status report be filed. Here, end the process, then that is not a solution. What is it? That's what I'm going to talk about. Based on the second clause, you have got the doubt. But here, end the process means you cannot end something abruptly. If you say end the process, that means you are ending abruptly. On the other hand, you use the word expedite the process. Means what? Speed up the process, find a solution. Based on that, a new status report be filed. Have you got the difference? When we say end the process, it is a little negative, and it means something like abruptly. Abrupt means sudden. But that is not the context. The context talks about speed up the process, find a solution, and based on that, you try to publish a new report. No second thoughts, answer is the third option. I appreciate, because At least you have asked a question. Shall I go to the next one? Children ages or aged? I think some problems are here. Please correct it. Children aged 1 to 4 are at the highest risk of. See, today I'm explaining differently. I'm asking questions. When you read a sentence like this, what is a clue for you? What is the word? Underline the word risk. Please write the word risk. Are at the highest risk of something. Generally, if you take children, and what is the age group? What are the risks that go with children of that age group? One is typically kidnapped. Am I right? Second, whatever they have used the word drowning. I'll give the meaning later. Third, choking. Choke. Write the word choking. And fourth, strangulation. And the fifth one, an important thing based on kidnap, human trafficking. What is it? Human trafficking. Kids are always prone to all these risks. They are likely to be kidnapped. They are helpless. And what do the kidnappers do? Then you have to recollect or know the word. They demand ransom. Ransom means what? The amount demanded by the kidnappers. Sometimes they don't do that also. Nowadays they are not asking for ransom. They kidnap kids, boys and girls, and they indulge in human trafficking. What is human trafficking? Today in our country, you may get as a passage. Listen and remember, this is an important topic. They have given in the past, they gave in the past as well. Human trafficking, some people, they go to villages and tribal areas. They kidnap the boys and girls. The boys are sold to child labor intensive industries like matchstick industry, carpet industry, glass industry. They are sold as child labor boys. And the girls are taken to big cities, red light areas, and they are sold to prostitution groups. And it's a major problem. A lot of NGOs have been working day and night to deal with human trafficking problem. That is also a risk. And choking. What does it mean, choke? Has two different meanings. One is if you take a bike, choke, you all know that. To start the bike, the choke, sometimes you check the choke. There it is a noun. But choke means while I'm speaking, I get stuck on something. Then I cannot breathe properly, I cannot speak. Then I say I got choked on something. And strangulation. This is also a risk for children because sometimes what happens, I'm just giving as an example. A stepmother does not like the stepson and she may strangulate the child. Strangulation means what? Take the neck and press the neck. Then the child cannot breathe and dies. Now coming to the word given in the options, what is the word drowning? Drown means, imagine you enter a water body. It could be a pool, it could be a lake, it could be a pond, it could be a river. Because you're not good at swimming, what will happen? You'll go down and you cannot breathe. Then you die. Death by drowning. Have you copied all these words? Write one expression, death by drowning. This goes with children. This also goes with youngsters. Sometimes I read in the newspapers, engineering students, they go on a picnic and they visit some water body. What is it? Someone has said something. Huh? He's giving one example. Visakhapatnam. Beach you are talking about. Yes, of course. So it's a common thing nowadays, not only kids, grown-ups also. I appreciate. Good. I want it to be interactive. Now we'll go to the options. What is the first option? Sliding. You all know the word slide. It could be a noun, it could be a verb. As a verb, what does it mean? To move on a smooth surface. Slide means to move on a smooth surface. And I'm sure you all know sliding doors. But slide can be a noun. As a noun, it looks like this, and this side steps are there. Kids, they try to get onto the steps, and once they reach that point, what do? They slide down. This also, you go to any park, you come across. That is known as a slide. Yes. Which one? Risk of? Spell it out. S-T-U-N, stunted. Stunt means what? It has two different meanings. One movie is stunts, that's a different meaning. But the other one, stunted growth. Stunted growth means dwarf, short, to restrict the growth of something. No, I don't think so. It doesn't go with this context. Children especially. No. But there's one more. All of you write the word. But under pressure, not that easy. If you know the words, then not a big deal. We'll go to the next one. Plans have yet to be fleshed out on how to channel the huge amounts of capital from private and public. Underline capital from private and public sector sources. Is any problem here? Capital from public sector, capital from private sector, no problem. That scientists say are necessary for conservation. Are necessary for conservation. No problem here. That means what? Nothing wrong with B, nothing wrong with C, nothing wrong with D. You can decide. Obviously, no problem with A also. Based on that, what is the answer? All correct. But for this, you got to know 3 words, only then you can decide. Astronomers have found the first Earths. Is anything like the first Earth, the second Earth? We have only one Earth. So that is not the right word. What is the right word here? The first, shall we change it to planet? The first planet which is falling towards its, planets revolve around the sun. Satellites revolve around the planets. So based on that, here we have to change planet, and B in its place you have to use the word planet, and here you have to use the word sun, and the last word should be Earths. Based on that, nothing wrong with astronomers. How many options begin with A? If you want to be smart and save your time, answer is A, obviously. But still you have to check. Astronomers have found the first what? Planet which is falling towards its sun and could give insights into Earth's final movements. That means makes sense. How many questions based on this model? 3 questions. Who has got all the 3 questions right? Okay. We'll go to the passage. What is the passage? Have you read the passage? While taking the mock test, those who have read the passage while taking the mock test, raise your hands. Honest. Please, you have to change. Read the passage. And sooner or later, there will be a rule in this room. What is it? Have you read the passage while taking the mock test? They will ask over there. You say yes, you are allowed. You say no, not allowed. It will make all the difference. Please don't make that mistake. Whether you get 1 mark or 2 marks, squeeze in some time. May I know the reason for not reading the passage? Please give me some reason. A valid reason. Lack of time? How many of you say lack of time? That could be the only reason. Oh, any other reason? Don't tell me, sir, we don't like this passage. How many of you say lack of time while taking the mock test? We could not read the passage. Raise your hands. If you don't raise your hands, then you have to give me the reason for not reading the passage. What is the reason? Do you understand what I say? One possible reason, lack of time. Any other reason, it's beyond my comprehension, you have to tell me. That is the only reason. But you don't want to respond. That is a bit strange. Anyhow, this passage is all about what? Mariana Trench. The deepest point in the ocean, Pacific Ocean. You have, the spot is called, it belongs to Mariana Trench. And all the questions you can answer. What is the first one here? How did Mariana Trench form? Choose the answer in correct order. This is not advisable to touch this question. What is the reason? You have to focus on the correct order. And so many options. You have to check everything. But answer is the second option. Who has chosen the second option? Answer is the second option. But for that you have to go through all the passage once, twice, thrice, only then you can answer. tough question. If you skip also, no problem. A question like this. Choose a correct synonym of the word stirred. Generally, you take a glass and you put a straw or a stick, and what do? You stir. That means you keep it as it is, or you try to disturb. Are you listening? Not you, I asked someone. So, not all the students. Synonym, they want the synonym. What is the first one? Damaged. Hold this one a negative word. And sympathetic, does it go with this context? Sympathy, sympathetic, not at all relevant based on this context. Unmoved, but here you are moving. They want a synonym. Moved. Hold the third option. What is the third option here? First one damaged and third one moved. And the fourth one calm. Is it calm? No. Strike off these three. You have to decide between damaged, moved. What is the context here? Where is this word? We'll go to the context. Which paragraph is it in? Last paragraph. How does it go? Last or last but one? Last one. I don't find it. Last line. Yes, thank you. Stirred up their passage. Clouds of silt stirred up. That means moved or did not move. Moved. Can you use the word damage here? But what does the key say? I think the key says the first option. Please check. It is not damaged. Answer has to be moved, obviously. Fourth option is the answer. The key says the first option, not correct. Fourth option. Go to question number 14. What does the author indicate by giving the example of Mount Everest being dropped into the Mariana Trench? Here, one sentence says, if you drop the Mount Everest into the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, still 1 mile gap is there. That's what he says. That means, what does it talk about? Depth. Am I right? To talk about the depth of the Mariana Trench. What is the opposite of deep? What is the opposite of deep? Please write the word shallow. Have you said shallow? Good. Please write the word shallow. Deep waters, shallow waters. When you enter a swimming pool, one side shallow waters, and slowly you get deep water, 16 feet. Deep opposite shallow. Based on that, here, does it talk about shallowness of Mariana Trench? Wrong. Does it talk about the height of the Mount Everest? Extreme depth of Mariana Trench. Passage is all about that. Hold that one. Is it about submerging of Mount Everest? No, that is not the idea. What is the answer based on that? Depth of Mariana Trench. Simple, easy to answer. Find the opposite of the given word, cloaked. Where do you find the word cloaked? Last but one paragraph, the first line. Because of its extreme depth, the Mariana Trench is cloaked in perpetual darkness. What do you understand from this expression? Cloaked in perpetual darkness. Means it is always dark. Am I right? What do they want? Opposite. Can you use the word puzzling here? Does it go with this context? Plain, hold this one. Can you use the word secret? Unclear. They want opposite. Here in a way, unclear, cloaked, synonyms. So you cannot. Cloudy, synonym you cannot. So what is the answer? Answer is only one option stands out. Plain. But not the exact word. See, we are running out of time. What time is it? 10 to 3, and this is a question number 15. But write the word puzzle. Puzzle, you have to know the words bewilder, puzzling, bewildering, bewilder. Means same thing, puzzle. Something is puzzling, something is bewildering. You cannot understand. We'll go to the next one. Question number 16. Which chemical toxin was found in the organisms of Mariana Trench? Clearly mention which one is that? polychlorinated biphenyls, clearly mentioned in the passage. Again, easy to answer this one. Answer is the fourth option. Which paragraph is it in? Have you seen that? Which paragraph is it in? Paragraph number? So once you go through, you will be able to answer that one. The passage declares the challenger deep to be what? Deepest point, hold this one. Can it be farthest? No. Can it be nearest? Can it be shallowest? Can it be both 1 and 2? No. So what is the answer? It's all about the deepest point. Passage is all about the deepest point. Mariana Trench. 18. Which of the following is true as per given passage? Mariana Trench is a crescent-shaped scar in the Earth's crust. Clearly mentioned. Which paragraph has it been mentioned in? I think you have to go to the second paragraph, third line. Please go to the second paragraph, third line. There you may see that. Or you go to the first paragraph, fifth line or sixth line. Somewhere there you must, same wording has been used. Please go to the first paragraph, the third or fourth line. There you see, east of the Mariana Islands, a Mariana Trench is a crescent-shaped scar in the Earth's crust. Same wording. That means explicit information. Based on that, what is the answer? You don't have to go to the other options. Answer is the first option. But they have given 1, 2, 3, the combinations as well. Mount Everest height is more than the deepest point. Is it right or wrong? Wrong. Mariana Trench is a bright and the temperatures are normal. It is dark, not bright. Wrong. Many people descended or only a few people descended? Only a few. So what is the answer here? Only one. First option is the answer. See, I would like to tell one more thing. What happens here, if you don't read the passage, imagine you haven't read the passage and you have come here. Then my explanation will not, I won't feel comfortable. What is the reason? 10 students have attempted read the passage and others haven't read the passage. Then I'll be talking only to those 10 students. Others cannot follow what I say. That is not good for explanation. When a lot of students read, then I feel like doing the explanation. But only 10 students, and how many questions based on the passage? Almost 8 questions, I suppose. We can't afford to do it casually. The next one. What type of plate boundary is a marine trench according to the passage? What is the answer here? It is a convergent boundary of plate carrying continental crust. Second option. First one is what? Ocean trenches are natural tectonic plate boundaries. Third one, it is a convergent boundary between two oceanic plates, as it been mentioned. So answer is the third option. What is the fourth one? Convergent boundary of plate carrying or between two oceanic plates. The passage is between two oceanic plates. So answer is the third option. Question number, that is the last one, I suppose. Those who have read the passage, 8 questions or 7 questions? 8 questions. Has anyone got all the 8 correct? 7? 6? 7 you got. That's wonderful. 6 also highly appreciate. Now we have 3 questions based on connectors. All the 3 questions are easy to answer. First one, the match has been cancelled. Adverse weather conditions. What do you understand? Reason. Can you use because? Hold that one. Because talks about reason. Can you use due to? Hold that one. Can you use for? For also means because. Reason. Hold that one. On the condition of? No. But first we have to take elimination approach. The match has been cancelled. Will you say because adverse weather conditions or because of adverse weather conditions? Because of, then you cannot use the first one. Of has to be there. Due to adverse weather conditions seems right. And for also means because, but here due to is a stronger word. For is not a strong word. Based on that, answer is the second option. Why? Due to adverse weather conditions. Write the meaning of the word adverse. Adverse means bad. B-A-D, bad. But you all have to know, please write quickly, because, since, for, so, not so, I'm sorry, as. Because and since used for a strong reason. They all express a reason. For and as a weak reason. Strong reason, all the four have the same function, a reason. But because and since, strong reason, for and as, weak reason. Once in SBI they gave a question, he could not attend the meeting as his mother was serious. Spot the error, right or wrong? It is wrong. Why is it wrong? Mother serious, strong reason, then we cannot use for or as. The right word either because or since. Question number 21. This restaurant has the best kitchen in town. Their staff is quite rude. Contrasting or complementary? Information is contrasting. Can you use the word also? Also is addition. Finally, does it go with this context? No. However, contrasting word. Are they giving an example or are they talking about contrasting information? So not correct. So what is the answer? Restaurant has the best kitchen. However, the staff is quite rude. Easy to answer. Psychologists generally do not characterize human intelligence by just one trait, but by the combination of many diverse abilities. Already there is one connector. What is that connector? Underline the word but. Can you use one more connector? That means what? Whatever the word, answer is you cannot use one more connector. In my opinion, all the three questions are easy to answer. Who has got all the three correct? Fine. We'll go to the next one. What are these about opposite meaning? A multitude. What do you understand from the word multi? Many. Multitude of dining options exist in and around the city. So they want the opposite. Opposite means limited or scanty. Plenty, opposite, scanty. Hoard. Write the meaning of the, first you write this hoard. Please write quickly, a request from my side. We are running out of time. Hoard means a lot of people. A lot of people, we use the word hoard. It also goes with animals, horde of animals, horde of people. But there's another hoard which you have to know. And we use it as a noun, as a verb. As a noun, we use hoarding. When you go out, you see massive boards, advertisement boards. What are they known as? Hoardings. That is British English. Americans don't use the word hoarding. They use the word, please write, billboard. Billboards. Same meaning, hoarding, billboards. But the word hoarding, H-O-A-R-D-I-N-G, has another meaning. That's an important meaning. Write the second meaning of the word hoard as a verb, to store something illegally. To store something illegally. It goes with provisions, it goes with petrol. Petrol bunk owners, when they know the price is going to get hiked, they go for hoarding. They say no stock. They have the stock, but they say no stock. I hope you got the meanings. What are the other words? What are the options here? Can we use hoard? Multi, many. So in a way synonym. Aggregation means a collection of a lot of things. Also write the word cluster. C-L-U-S-T-E-R. A lot of things at one place. What is the word you use? Cluster. You cannot use that. Little. Little, a little, the little, you have to know. Little means hardly anything. Almost nothing. Hold that one. Does the word elect go with this context? Quality? No. So what is the answer? Little. Plenty? Nothing. 24. I never dreamed of any enormity. This is a challenging question. I'm sure you all know the meaning of the word enormous. Enormous, from that you get this word enormity. Enormous means what? Huge. Please write the meaning. Huge. Enormous statue. Huge statue. One meaning. But enormous also means evil behavior. This many people don't know. Evil behavior. Behavior that is very bad. Evil. You know the word evil. Evil behavior. second meaning completely. No one can think of that meaning. Based on that, what do they want? Opposite. Is it a positive word or a negative word? Take the second meaning, not the first meaning. Evil behavior, negative. And depravity means morally bad. Please write the meaning quickly. Morally bad. And turpitude also means the same. These two are synonyms. First option, third option, synonyms. Morally bad. That is also a negative word. And we cannot use negative words because they want the opposite. What are you left with? One is delight, the other one is smallness. Vice also means a negative word. Please write bad habit or bad quality. Vice has two different meanings. Vice president, different meaning. He is known for his vices, means bad qualities. Virtues and vices means good qualities and bad qualities. So here you have to decide between delight and smallness. Which one is relevant here? Delight. Smallness is not. And it has nothing to do with size. I have dreamed of any enormity greater than I have committed. Something negative, we use the word committed. And size, we don't use the word committed. That is a contextual awareness. The next one, plenary. This is also a challenging question. Those who know or read the newspapers, they know this goes with parties. Parties, a plenary meeting. What is a typical combination? Plenary meeting. That means a massive meeting. One meaning, plenary. Including all the party members, the party workers, the leaders, there's a meeting. You all know the word plenary. But the other meaning, plenary, also means complete. So sweeping can be considered, complete can be considered. It is not similar meaning, not limited, not partial, not inclusive. Answer is because sweeping also can be considered. We don't know the context. Here, complete. First meaning is complete. Plenary means complete. Based on that, answer is the first option. Not easy to answer. Terse means what? Saying a few words. Please write. To say a few words. Not too many words. What do they want? Similar. Can you consider the word lengthy? Brevity means brief. Breviloquent. Loquy related to speech. It means brief. Hold this one. Snappy has two different meanings. One meaning brief. The other one, something that is not acceptable. Negative connotation. But one meaning is brief. Concise also means brief. Write the meaning of prolix, means lengthy. First option, fifth option, synonyms. They cannot be considered. They want a synonym. Now, how many words with the same meaning? Second option, third option, fourth option. How will you decide? I don't know why they've given a question like this. Snappy has two different meanings. One is positive, brief. The other one is negative. So we will eliminate snappy. But these two are synonyms. I don't know how to decide, but because there is no context also. The key says the fourth option. But in my opinion, you can use a second option as well, because both mean the same. You can use the second option, you can use the third option, you can use the fourth option. All the options are right. They shouldn't have given that. We'll go to the last how many questions here based on grammar knowledge. So treatments are made to escape straightforward experimental scrutiny because lengthy. First option is what? Lengthy. Prolix means lengthy. So here, because to they supposed or because of their. Please correct. There is an error in the third part. The correct preposition is of. Because of something. Easy to answer. 28. In an interview with the Associated Press. Generally what happens, underline interview, in an interview. There are two prepositions you can use. One is in an interview to the BBC, in an interview with the BBC. Both are right. That means there is no error here. Some student must have thought to. Nothing wrong with the preposition with. In an interview with the Associated Press, Ray acknowledged the FBI was enduring tough times. There is no error whatsoever. So what is the answer here? E is the answer. 29. The parties entering, underline the word enter, underline the word contract. Contract, we use the preposition into. Enter into a contract, that's a standard combination. So where is the error? B, there is an error. Enter into a contract. And here you have to recollect, generally the word enter does not take the preposition into. He walked into the room. He ran into the room. You cannot say he entered into the room. That is wrong. He entered the room. But when it comes to a contract, you have to use a preposition into. They entered into a contract. English has rules, English has exceptions. So the last one, it's very difficult. I don't know how you could answer. Each party fills its quotas of seats, no problem, by picking those many of its nominee or nominees. First you underline the word nominee and add the letter S. Nominees from a preference list or preferred list. Preference list also perhaps can be used. I feel better word is preferred list. That is another problem. And can you say has been declared before the elections? Underline the word before. That means first they declared, then elections. First action we have to use past perfect, not present perfect. So here it is not has, it should be had. So how many errors are there? I think 3 errors, but the key says which part? C, I suppose, am I right? But there are 3 errors, not 1, 2, 3 errors. That's all about this paper.